What's up, CFO gang? It's your boy Jay Tuck, Cowboys Up, and you are now tuned into the Cowboys Fans Only channel. So if you're new, do your boy one huge favor. Comment, like, subscribe, somewhere down there, somewhere down there, somewhere down there. And be sure to turn that notification bell to stay updated with all Dallas Cowboys content. Also, go to cowboysfansonly.com to get your official CFO merch, man. I appreciate all the support. The shirts have been flying like crazy. I've been having to restock, but that's due to y'all and y'all support, man. So I appreciate everyone for holding your boy down. But tonight, man, I got a real fun guest, man. And this guy, man, was a guy that I interacted with on Twitter. You see me interacting with him daily on Twitter. He's actually starting his own channel, so we definitely want to support that, man. But he was part of the Pitts train. He's very vocal about Dak Prescott, man. If you go back to camp a few weeks ago, there was this whole picture of Ezekiel Elliott. It was actually Joe Looney. And Ezekiel Elliott is like, weight loss, transformation goals or whatnot. And actually, Mike McCarthy kind of spoke about it. It went kind of viral. Zeke retweeted. So it's my guy, Dylan, man. So CFO gang, I want to give a warm welcome to my guy, Dylan, to the panel. What's going on, bro?
Man, I'm so happy to be here, man. Thank you for that warm welcome.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, my guy. Like I said, you be going hard on Twitter, man. Like I said, we've been riding with each other for quite some time. We were just talking kind of off cam. It's like, man, we kind of, been talking. Then I kind of started my channel, man. So I appreciate you, man, and you starting to get started. So for all the people seeing you for the first time, man, tell them where they can find you at.
You can find me on Twitter at Dylan88Wilson. I started a YouTube channel. It's called Off Top. In order to find it, type in The Off Top Show, one word. The video should pop up. And yeah, go follow me on Twitter. I post some funny stuff sometimes.
Yeah, he be cutting up, man. Everyone thinks I be causing trouble, man. Nah, but Dylan be causing just as much trouble as I do, man. So definitely follow my guy. Great follow, man. So we got some things we want to talk about, man. We know that we play the Arizona Cardinals tomorrow in our second preseason game, and we're gonna talk about preseason here in a minute, man. But Dylan, I want to get your thoughts, man, because last Tuesday night, everyone was gathered around their TVs. Actually, I wasn't. As I said, a baseball game. The Yankees got bombed. But anyway, everyone was gathered around the TV watching Hard Knocks. So I want to get your take. How do you feel about Hard Knocks based on what you've seen thus far?
Man, I love it. It's weird seeing like the interactions behind the scenes. Like, how players are, but you have like a completely different Dak behind the scenes than he is on camera in front of the podium.
Right. Well, let me stop you there. Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a good thing. Like, Dak Prescott, he can be like, the good company man in front of the camera, but behind the scenes, you see why the people fight for him, why he's the leader, why the people run through a wall for him,
Right. Yeah, because I was kind of concerned, y'all. I was kind of concerned because, like I said, I didn't watch it Tuesday. I watched it actually Wednesday morning. But I know Tuesday night when I got home, all I saw was like Dak F-bombs, like quotes on Instagram. I'm like, bro, what is going on? So my biggest concern was that locker room talk was being publicized, to the masses. And we all know, there's things that we say when we're in public or when we're at work versus how we talk, when we're around our people, man. So I was afraid of too much of that being exposed. But after watching it, I'll say that the Hard Knocks crew, they did a great job of just editing a lot of things, because I saw a few conversations. It was about to kind of go left, and it was like, all right, cut scene, we're going to go to there. So it's like, all right, they're on top of it. But I was asked this question, do I think it's bad for Dak Prescott's brand to see him kind of dropping F-bombs and that? But you don't think so?
No, not at all. My biggest worry was that it don't look like him and Mike McCarthy are that close. I don't know if it's because he was mad about the injury, but
right.
It don't seem like they have a really good connection.
Yeah.
I might be too much into it.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but what everyone's been speaking about this Mike McCarthy-Dak Prescott relationship. But if we all know who is Dak's guy, it's Kellen Moore. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard sometimes. You might have a head coach, but your real connection is the quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, and Kellen Moore. And that's why he was so important coming back and not signing with Boise versus, him going to college. And so it's going to be interesting to see how that whole relationship works. Now, I've been hard on Mike McCarthy, y'all, if you watch my channel from the start. But from what I've seen from Mike McCarthy in Hard Knocks, I'm okay with it. How you feeling about Mike, bro?
Man, I think he gets a hard rap. You got to think about last year. He came in a COVID season. He didn't really have a full off season. He had to get thrown into a team. The whole team got injured. He had the worst defense he could have possibly had.
Right.
Like, there's a lot going against him. But I think in general he's a good dude, and I like that he's a big proponent of 11 personnel.
Right.
So,
Right.
that helps me out a lot.
Let me ask you this, and also everybody in chat, salute to everyone in the chat. Let me ask you all this question. Do you think, Dylan, that Mike McCarthy is the coach for the job to finally get it done, to hold up that trophy, and it's heavier once you hold it up? Like, do you think he's that guy, or do you think he's the bridge until we can find that guy?
I think Kelvin Moore is that guy, to be honest.
Okay.
but we have him on the same team,
Right.
Maybe Mike McCarthy can be the guy in front of the camera, but Kelvin Moore, I don't care as long as he's the one running the show behind the scenes.
Right, I agree, and I say that when it comes to Mike McCarthy, I think he's a great coach. But as we all know, Cowboys fam, it's different coaching in Dallas, and I kind of see that already with Mike McCarthy. He's starting to adapt, but some things just from being just a hard nosed, Pittsburgh football type coach. You know what I'm saying? They talked about his upbringing or whatnot. It just doesn't make sense to him. You can kind of see, like, even in these press conferences when he's sitting up there with Steven and Jerry, he's like, why am I here? Like, what is this? Like, it doesn't make sense to him. And even on camera, I know people had a lot to say about his speech, right? But I felt like he had cameras in the room. He couldn't really talk and be how he wanted to, so he's more calculated, trying to get the point across, but he had the Hard Knocks cameras in place. But I feel like Mike McCarthy.
You feel like he's holding back?
Yeah, he was holding back. I mean, we all would. Yeah. It's like, right now with the cameras on, how we were talking a second ago, now we're going to talk, like, it's a lot different because you have all eyes on you. And being America's team, you're always going to be criticized by every little word that you say. And so it's like, he was trying. He probably rehearsed his speech a little bit. I feel like his pregame speech when we play Tampa is going to be a lot different than what we kind of heard whatever the league camp, man. So, I'm not really concerned about Mike McCarthy. I like what he brings. I feel like the culture that he's trying to get to ultimately is what we need in Dallas. It's just, man, will the Joneses allow it? That's always the huge question mark.
And Cowboys fans going from Jason Garrett to Mike McCarthy. Right. I feel like, we'll take what we can get.
Right. Exactly. Some people are like, oh, I didn't like his speech. Like, bro, I never heard anything from Jason Garrett that says I'm ready to go to war. Like, and I doubt the players heard anything. So it's like, at least Mike McCarthy has some type of charisma to him. Even going back to last year with the whole watermelon smashing, and then shout out to my girl Michelle Miller mentioned about the mojo moments. It's something creative that you can kind of ride that momentum out throughout the season, man. So I'm rolling with Mike McCarthy. Like I said, last year I wasn't too hot on him, bro, because all them, going for it on fourth downs and, fake punts and not throwing his flag versus New York. But now I kind of understand what I'm getting myself into. We went from one extreme and Jason Garrett to Mike McCarthy, but now I'm ready. Like, when it's 4th and 1, I'm like, all right, we're just gonna go for it. Or here comes the fake. Now I'm prepared. So we'll see how it goes. Salute to my guy, Cowboys fan talk Rome in the building. He said, I love the speech. Now, there was also a segment in Hard Knocks that a lot of people have something to say about, and it's with Micah Parsons and LVE. And so LVE had told Micah Parsons, kind of a joking manner during the Hall of Fame game, you're trying to make all the plays. When you heard that, how did you initially take that when you saw that segment?
I saw some people were upset about it, like as if he was trying to rein in Michael Parsons because he was trying to, like, I don't know, it seemed like he was trying to overshadow him. But once you really dig into it, like, you see that what he's saying makes sense, because once you see everything, you see very little, but once you see a little, you see a lot. Right. I saw that quote on Twitter, and it makes a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. He just doesn't want Michael Parsons to be, Jalen, in a sense where he's doing too much and running himself out of the play. But I get where Cowboys fans are concerned, because they just want Michael Parsons to be himself. They love that he has that high energy and he wants to make every play. But I think there is a healthy balance.
Right, there's a healthy balance. And to be honest with y'all, when I watched film on Michael Parsons, during that draft season, even though we were pitch trained, man, we were still watching Michael Parsons, film. He uses a lot of just initial reactions, and he was able to get misdirected. That's the one, he gets misdirected a lot. And so what LVE was just trying to tell him is that you can still play at the same speed and tenacity that you're playing with. Just make sure you're playing your role, because we saw a lot of that last year, right? We saw a lot of hero ball, both players diving the A-gap and getting, misdirected on counters and giving lanes wide open. That's what he was trying to explain. It wasn't like LVE was trying to sabotage Micah Parsons because he wants to get more playing time and all this craziness I saw on Twitter. Like, people really got to stop the overreacting. He's giving them big bro advice. Like, keep playing at the level you're playing, but you got to be smart, because, like I said, we played Tampa opening game, and if they know you're being overly aggressive, diving down, they're going to have counter reactions for that and miscues, and one big play can happen. So, I'm not reading
And
too much into it.
LVE, when he's healthy, is a very good linebacker as well. Like
Right.
he to take advice from him is to take advice from a good source. So.
Right, exactly. Like LVE wants to win. He wants to have a better season. He's not going to tell Micah Parsons anything to disrupt what they're trying to build in Dallas, man. So, Cowboys fans, we gotta have some type of controversy or whatnot. But speaking of
Micah, can coexist though.
Yeah. Three can coexist. It doesn't have to be Jalen or Micah Parsons. We had 3 core linebackers out there in the Hall of Fame game. But speaking of Micah Parsons, there was a lot of focus on him in Hard Knocks. How are you feeling at this point? Like, how are you feeling about Micah Parsons back in April versus how you feeling today as we're in August?
I remember before the draft, I tweeted something like, I would like if the draft board fell a certain way, I would not be opposed to drafting Micah because he is a hell of a player. The only concerns I have for him were like mainly off the field. Mm-hmm. But like now that you see Hard Knocks and everything, it's like I feel like all that was overblown. Right. Michael Parsons, the football player, he's going to be elite. He's going to be one of the top 5 linebackers at his position.
Right.
So now, obviously, I'm really happy with the pick.
Right.
And I feel like in hindsight, of course, I wanted Kyle Pitts or J.C. Horn, but like to get Micah Parsons, the board fell the way, just like I hoped.
Right. Yeah, and I keep trying to tell Cowboys fans, he is no consolation prize by any stretch of the imagination. Like, I know we were Pitts trained, and, I know there was Rashawn Slater and some of these other players, but to still lead that draft with the caliber player Micah Parsons is a big upside for the Cowboys. Like I said, in my video, when everyone wanted to throw stones at me, I was like, if you want someone who's complete Chase Young type impact defensively, Micah Parsons is that guy because he's completely disruptive. I mean, we already seen him be on the recover fumbles. He's just making plays out there. He's flying around where there's camp. Like, you got to love what you're seeing from this kid and just his competitive spirit. And I think he really got a bad rap coming from college. But as you see him when you watch Hard Knocks, and I said this, on Twitter, my roommate was like Micah Parsons. He's always just had something to say. Like, he just always was talking, had something to say. He was always goofy, flying around. But sometimes you needed that out there. When you coming out to practice on Tuesday or Wednesday, like, Cage was always talking. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, you know what I'm saying? Tuck out there slacking, bro. Like, it's like he picks you up. And I feel like this young, youthful energy defensively, a lot of the players are going to rally around. So I'm excited about this defense, man, and what Micah Parsons has to bring.
And one thing Cowboys fans were always asking for, like, we need dogs, we need attitude, we need the Charles Haleys, the crazy people. You got them.
Right,
you got Michael Parsons.
You got him. You got him. You absolutely got him. And it's time to see what he has to offer on the field because, like I said, Micah Parsons is something we haven't seen in Dallas for quite some time. I think my guy Nix was doing like a best draft defensively in like the last few years, like between him and DeMarcus Ware. Like, I would think DeMarcus Ware was the last pick that you can kind of see that impact. And initially with DeMarcus Ware, you didn't see it out the gate. With Micah Parsons, like, you saw it out the gate. The day he went to camp, we were just like, all right, this kid's flying around. Like, when I was out there in Oxnard, I kept saying, this kid is fast, bro. Like, he's out there just making plays. And so you got to be excited about it, man. And I keep telling Cowboys fans this. Let's not dwell on the draft. Like, we passed all that. We all got favorites. I got favorites. You got favorites. The chat has favorites. But now it's time to really move on and rally around this team and get ready for Tampa. Now, speaking of getting ready for Tampa, I guess I ruffled some feathers on Twitter today. I said this, y'all. And this is what I said. If Dak Prescott is not playing in this next preseason, not the one on Friday, but I would like to see him play on Friday. Just a quarter or a series or two, but he's not going to play tomorrow.
I want to see a series.
Right, a series. If he doesn't play against Houston on the 21st, next Saturday, I feel like Cowboys fans should be concerned. What's your thoughts on that?
I would say yes, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Like, yeah, we've seen he's already started throwing. He got the MRI, and it looked to be like, for positive reasons, not because they're worried. And for him to be, it seems like he's going to start throwing again, back to normal, everything next week. So I'm feeling good about it.
Yeah, and that's where I'm at. Like, by everything I'm reading, I think he's not going to do the MRI because, Dak kind of came out and spoke about it yesterday in an interview his damn self and kind of let the information. And of course, the media grasped on it and kind of ran with it. But I feel like he's not going to get the MRI until he gets back to Dallas. So that'll probably be Monday. Right, so we probably get the results then. But if he's not throwing and practicing next week, y'all, we got to look at that differently. I know a lot of Cowboys fans, they kind of have Romo PTSD. It was like, he doesn't need to play any preseason. I disagree, y'all. He's coming off an injury. He hasn't played since, October of last year. He just needs to get hit. He needs to get in the rhythm. He needs to get in the rhythm with CD Lamb, and I think Mari Cooper probably won't play preseason, but he needs to get in a game type, rhythm where he knows how his body feels versus just going out there versus Tampa on a whim and find like, oh damn, my shoulder ain't the same. I don't want that. So I feel like he needs to play versus Houston, whether it's a quarter or 2 quarters. But just from Dak Prescott's mental standpoint, he needs to get hit. He needs to get rattled. And, kind of see for himself, okay, I'm okay, because you can't get those type of reps in practice that you're going to get versus an opponent.
I agree with you 100%. Like in a normal offseason, preseason, I feel like, get him a few series. But when he did get the injury that he had, and you're worrying about if it will affect his mental, it probably won't, but you still have those worries in the back of your head.
Yeah.
And for him to just, again, finally get back to offseason, then he has another injury and he can't practice.
Right.
You're in a passing offense where you're required to have timing and good chemistry with the receivers. Right. I feel like you need those reps before Tampa, or else you're going to get thrown to the wolves.
And that's where I felt, that's where we had a disconnect on Twitter, because a lot of Cowboys fans was like, well, I really don't expect us to beat Tampa. I really don't. And if y'all watch my channel and y'all follow me, we're going to Tampa to win. I'm going to Tampa to win. Like, I'm going out there for war. So it's not like, we played them close. Nah, that's not what we're doing. I'm going out to Tampa to come back with a win, and I feel like we're capable of doing that. But I feel like just tossing Dak to his very first game back versus Tom Brady in that defense, that's kind of a suicide mission. He needs to get warmed up, get some repetitions, get that confidence of playing in a real type game situation, and then we'll prepare for Tampa. We got a question, man. Keep the questions coming in the chat, man. I appreciate all the support. Question, looking crazy, my guy. I'm tossing to you, Dylan. Question, will it be Diggs, Bossman, Kennedy as our starting corners? What do you think?
I would actually do it that way.
Okay.
Nashawn Wright, I feel like he was pushing for a job early on, but I haven't really, been able to hear much about him recently. But Kennedy, I would start him absolutely. Every single day in practice, he's making an interception, some sort of play. Like right. you can't have practice and have to preach competing and then not give him the job after he clearly is outshining everybody.
Right. So
what about you?
But do you think that the Joneses are going to intervene?
Yes.
Contracts over competition. I like that.
I think it would be Jordan Lewis or Anthony Brown.
I feel y'all. I feel just knowing what we know, y'all. You're gonna have either one of those two. It's gonna be between Jordan Lewis or Anthony Brown, but one of those guys will be out there on the field. So it really comes down to the outside cornerback position, which I'll keep my eye on. Now, Kelvin Joseph has had a decent camp. He's not being tested as much. So it's really kind of hard to gauge it. What I'm really, like I said,
getting baptized by CD.
Well, I mean, but not as much as we like to see. Now, like I said, I was interested in seeing how things shape up now. Now you got Cooper coming back to practice, so you can't hide because Diggs has been kind of getting baptized, by CD. But now you can sit back and see, all right, well now, boss man, you got Cooper over here too. All right, let's see what you're really about.
Got nowhere to go.
Yeah, you can't hide, man. So I feel like that's going to be the fun thing to see. But I feel like right now, if I had to put money on it, I would say Diggs. I would say Lewis. And y'all, I'm feeling Anthony Brown. I just see Steven or Jerry just out there just being like, we like our in-house guys. They're veterans. I don't know, but
at the same time, wouldn't they be inclined to hype up the draft picks?
Yeah.
Let's let the young guys run.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if it was me, I would go exactly what was mentioned. I would go with Diggs. I would go with Joseph at the outside, and I would go with Kennedy in the inside. Now, me personally, for a while, I was kind of out on that whole idea until I saw what Kennedy was able to bring. Because I know Kennedy was an opt-out guy. And so once I actually started to see how he was playing, now we kind of have that veteran guy that I can trust out there. Because I wasn't going to toss the all-rookie team out there versus Tom Brady and Mike Evans and Antonio Brown. And I wasn't a fan of that. But now,
if they're better than the veterans, man, you got to.
You might, but there's always going to be trial by fire. Like it's going to take a while for you to adapt to the speed of the NFL. I mean, even as good as Diggs was last year, like he was out there getting cooked a little bit, and then once he came back from the injuries, he started to set in a little bit. I mean, because it's going to be Thursday night football, cannons going off, emotions flying. Like, you need to really be in sync. But at this point, man, we might as well toss these young boys to the Wolves and see what happens. So it's going to be interesting how it shakes out. But I don't trust the Joneses, y'all.
I feel like since you have the offense that can compensate for, a drop off in defense, as long as you're not like catastrophically bad where you're just giving up wide open touchdowns, I feel like you can throw those rookies, throw them out there and get them their reps, and the offense will carry the rest.
Right. Thus far, what I've seen though, the rookie core has looked decent. Like I said, going back to the Hall of Fame game, last week, I like what I saw from Boss Man, even though he wasn't tested as much. I like what I saw in the trenches, man. Osa and Bohanna, I like that, man. I like those guys. They had a young engine out there. They were actually playing like their hair was on fire. So I like that type of in the interior. And then
I love the way Osa fights.
Yeah, Osa's a fight, man. Osa's a fighter. That's that wrestling background, man. Like he was out there revved up, man. Him and Bohanna. So I like what I saw. So hopefully they can carry that versus Arizona. But then also Nashawn Wright, even though Claypool kind of got him on the, he kind of let up. Like, bro, you can't let up, like fully let up off the gas. But
even if you get pushed, don't let up.
Yeah, even if you get pushed. If you're going to let up, do the Jalen Ramsey and fully let up. Don't just, I ain't touch him. It's not basketball.
Fall to the ground, you got to get shot or something. You got to be dying.
Exactly. And I'll say this, like, the thing about Nashawn is his length and his athleticism, those windows are so damn tight because he saw that, he had to put that pretty much on a dot, and then there was a push off, and so just his athleticism and his his length, that kind of really led into what his strengths are. And then also, I like what I saw from Jaron Kearse, and I like what I saw from Jabril Cox. So going back to the linebacker position, how do you think this is going to work, bro? Do you think that it's going to be Jalen, Parsons, and LVE? How does this work for Keanu O'Neal? Is Keanu O'Neal the project going to last too long, or could Jabril Cox actually overstep that and be that fourth linebacker?
Oh, there's a lot to address in that, but I think in the base defense it will be Jalen, LVE, and Parsons. But in this NFL, you can't stay in that. You have to go nickel.
Right.
But when it goes nickel, I think you can't take Parsons off the field. I would do Parsons and probably Neal, since he has a sponsor. He's not. I don't see him not being on the field with Mike McCarthy and Dan Quinn backing him up. Yeah. But what about you? What lineup you got?
Yeah, well, my brother says let the young boys play. Wave AB. We have to rip the Band-Aid off. I agree, but the Cowboys never rip the Band-Aid off, man. That's not our style. I would go, if I'm going nickel, I like Parsons. Parsons isn't coming off the field. And I feel like it's going to come down between LVE and Jalen. I just don't see Keanu O'Neal getting that many reps initially, because what I've seen thus far, he was a quote-unquote supposed to be our coverage guy. But he's kind of struggled a little bit in coverage. And so it's like, all right, bro, well, that's supposed to be your specialty because you're a safety converted. So if you're not covering, I feel like LVE has the opportunity to get more reps in the nickel and possibly Jalen Smith. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works out. Like I said, I like what I saw from Jabril Cox. Now, he's not the strongest linebacker. He's not going to be physical. When he gets mixed up and gets on his blocks, he's pretty much, free lunch. What did Parsons say?
I would love to have Jabril out there, but I can't see them putting him out there.
He's not going to be out there.
I would definitely have him out there, but
he's not going to be out there. What Parsons say on Hard Knocks? You went to North Dakota State. I went to Penn State. Like, it's a difference.
Any North Dakota State slander is okay with me after all that Carson Wentz time.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, it's going to take a while for Jabril Cox to kind of get, in the thick of things, but I think he'll be a special teams guy. But it's going to be interesting to see how they choose to use Keanu O'Neal and what they plan on doing. Let's see, questions. Anthony Brown feels like a cut. David Moore's reporting that Bossman Fat is looking like a starter. He's the front office conduit to the public. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I could see, like I said, Bossman has had a great camp thus far, you know what I'm saying? But we just haven't seen him test it, so his name really hasn't jumped out. Like, he needs just that one big play, an interception, you know what I'm saying, or something where Cowboys fans would be like, all right, that's our guy. But from when I seen it, go ahead.
I saw something about CeeDee Lamb was co-signing Joseph, though, saying he was having a really good camp. But he started laughing when because
Right.
he's been getting the best of
Right.
them, but otherwise,
Right. Right. See, he's getting CD season, man. He's getting the best of everybody out there, man.
yeah. Who can guard CD?
Yeah, I know. That's the fun part about it. The Lunatics is looking more like LVE and Micah as far as the nickel linebackers. Yeah, I can kind of see that, man. Because like I said earlier,
A healthy LVE, absolutely.
yeah, healthy LVE, right? And he kind of brings that up here versus the other guy, and so I would think LVE. And that was my thing. I was like, if someone's going to get LVE up out of here, they're going to have to start off quickly out of the gates. And I feel like if Keanu O'Neal was going to be that guy or something like that, but if you give him any opportunity to get these reps and he's staying healthy, he's not going to come off that field because I feel like he means exactly what Dan Quinn wants as far as a prototypical linebacker. And so, it's just not going to what he's stay healthy. Yeah, he's a damn good linebacker. So we spoke about the linebacker core. I'm going to go back to the offense, right? How do you feel about this offensive line and what concerns you at this point?
I don't have any concerns at all. I feel like last year we saw what Dak was doing, putting up like 450 yards and 33 points per game without his offensive line. What do you think he's going to do now with time to throw? He's basically getting 3 All-Pros brought back to him. You're going to have Lyle Collins, who missed the entire year. Tyron Smith only played in 2 games, and Zach Martin, who missed 6 games. Right. You're going to have 3 All-Pros across the line.
Right.
And Connor Williams, our 4th best guy, was just seen locking up Aaron Donald, so I'm feeling pretty good right now, man.
Yeah, Connor Williams is out there banging with Aaron Donald, man. But let me ask you this. So, speaking of Connor Williams, it seems like he's been kind of playing swing center, guard a little bit. So, do you have So, do you have any concerns with him being our backup center if something was to happen with Tyler Biadasz, or are you cool with that?
I feel like I'd have a little concerns because we haven't seen them do it in game.
Right.
But if they're putting them out there like in an emergency situation, break glass, then I'm fine. Yeah. But Joe Looney's still out there.
Oh yeah, I mean yeah,
he wanted a center that bad.
He went to the Giants for 3 days. It's like hell no, bro, I'm out. He's like I'm not doing this. And so maybe Looney could be a play to bring back. So we'll see what happens with that. But I said for the first part, just like the Lunatic just said, like the health is the concern with the offensive line. I feel like if they're healthy, we have one of the best units in the NFL. Now, kind of looking at what we saw in the last game, the Hall of Fame game, Terrence Steele's kind of, Ty Nsekhe, he might have to go. Then you also had Brandon Knight, who didn't have a good game. So that second layer who I was really taking a look at to really take a leap forward, Connor McGovern played decent. But some of these guys I was kind of looking to take a leap forward because they got so many damn reps last year. Based off what we've seen thus far, it didn't look too appealing. So that's my one concern as far as depth is concerned. But I think over time, those guys will start to, ascend a little bit better. And then we'll have that extra layer in case something was to happen with Ty Smith and Lyle Collins. Of course, you can't replace, Zach Martin. Like, there's no replacement for that, if that happens. But I feel like we just need to have that second layer ready to go if something was to happen.
My biggest concern would probably be Tyron's health.
Tyron.
Yeah.
So is Tyron more concerned or Lyle?
I'd say Tyron. Lyle missed it with, he had that injury and was out of shape, but he seems to be good now, and he's always having the shirt off. He's in shape.
Right. He's in shape. Yeah, he's been working out. Yeah.
But Tyron, his back problems don't really seem to get better.
Right.
But as long as he's out there, I feel great about the offensive line.
So as long as Tyron's out there.
Yeah.
My safety net is Zach. As long as Zach Martin's out there, then I'm all right. Because like Tyron, I kind of expect at this point he's gonna miss somewhere. It's just where is he going to miss? So it's like, all right, what's the backup plan? But I feel like if something was to happen, replacing one of them, it was okay. But last year, replacing damn near 4 of them, that's when things got out of control. But as long as we got Zach Martin out there and Lyle Collins, I feel like we should be okay.
If Tyron, sorry.
Go ahead. What do you think, bro?
All right. If Tyron goes down, move Zach Martin to tackle and keep him there. It made me mad they moved him to tackle then brought him back. Like, Zach Martin would be an all-pro at tackle if he played there, and that's more important than guard. If Tyron goes down, move Zach Martin over and put Connor McGovern in at guard.
Yeah, I think that would be the play. Like, or you can move like maybe Lyle over to left and then maybe move Zach to right or whatever, and then plug in Connor McGovern because Connor McGovern played solid. Like I said, he's one of the backups that kind of played solid thus far. It's just going to how they really fit. Now, some people are floating around the idea on Twitter that Williams is going to move to center permanently and then McGovern is going to be left guard. I don't see that happening. I think that this whole Connor Williams idea is really just, a case of emergency as of right now because we don't have another center.
I remember pre-draft they were talking about Connor Williams possibly playing center, so
yeah,
I could see that happening. But Tyler Biadasz, I want to throw him into the fire. Let's see what he does.
Yeah, Tyler B. He had a decent season when he came in last year for Joe Looney. So yeah, I want to build off of that, man. Get these young bloods really going.
And you got all the offensive linemen helping him out. He's got good players on each side of him now.
Exactly, and it helps. Let's dive into one of the hot topic buttons offensively is the tight end position. So what is your thoughts on how is this going to work? Do you think it's going to be Blake Jarwin as our tight end 1 and Dalton Schultz as tight end 2? Do you think it's going to be some more 2 tight end sets? Because I'll tell you this, if you saw my Madden clips today, Madden 22, Blake Jarwin's already out the gate with it, man. So it's like, but it's going to be interesting to see how that dynamic works out. But what is your thoughts on that?
So I think because Blake Jarwin is still coming off an injury and Dalton Schultz seemed to have a head start in camp, I think he's going to get the start. I don't know if he'll keep it throughout the season, but I think he's going to be the starter initially. Mm-hmm. As for 2 tight end sets, I don't like it. Okay. I want to keep 3 receivers on the field. I don't want to take one of our guys off to put a tight end on the field. Okay. I think that helps the defense. But in general, I would start Blake Jarwin if he's healthy. I feel like he has better hands and he's more of a downfield threat. He brings more, through the seams. But as for Schultz, they said he's doing a lot more in that area now. So it's, I guess I have to trust the coaches on that one.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it shapes out. Because like you said, 2 tight end sets really isn't our forte. Now, Dak did say in the interview that, they asked him that he wants to throw for 6,000 yards. And he said no, because if we're doing that, we're off balance. We're going to go to more of our balanced approach. So when he says that, what do you think is really the mindset going around the offense this year? Do you think that we're going to see a lot more involvement with the running game with Ezekiel Elliott? Or do you think that once we finally find out that Dak's shoulder is okay, it's going to be more, 35 to 40 throws per game?
There's definitely a balance. I think the running game fell off last year, and because not only was Zeke not the caliber of player we're normally used to seeing, but the offense was, the defense was getting blown out, and the offense had to, take over, and you can't run when you're down 24-3,
Right.
But in general, I think this year you're going to see a lot more running. You're going to see a lot more play action. It's going to be a more well-rounded offense because you're not going to be playing from down 20 every game.
Yeah, let's hope not. I'm not doing what did Mike McCarthy say? F20 or F last year? Yeah, I'm not doing that again. So I ain't doing that again, man. For real, nah. We're not doing that playing from behind and all that stuff again. Nah, man. I want to come out the gate with it. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how it works. I mean, especially what I'm gonna keep an eye on is Tony Pollard. I mean, you have Ezekiel Elliott, of course, he's looking a lot better. And I've been saying this on my channels, from what I've seen from Zeke thus far, man, he looks a lot different. Even from 2016, because it's now he has the mental aspect of being an NFL veteran, but now he's in shape. So you're kind of seeing everything kind of merge together. So I'm expecting a lot from Ezekiel Elliott this season, but I'm also expecting a lot from Tony Pollard, man. I really want to see the Dallas Cowboys utilize Tony Pollard a lot more in a lot efficient ways, whether it's as a wide receiver, whether it's 2 running back sets. I don't think that Tony Pollard is your prototypical clang and bang running back, but you can use him in jet sweeps. You can use him in screenplays. You can use him as wide receivers. You can use him in so many different ways to keep the defense off balance. So that's what I really want to look and see how Kellen Moore is going to utilize Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott and all these other weapons that we got in-house.
Yeah, I feel like on third down especially, Tony Pollard should be the guy out there, in my opinion.
Right, exactly. I like Tony Pollard in passing downs, man. Like I said, Kellen Moore hit me. I'll give you my whole Madden playbook, man. I'll show you how to run this to a T, man, because it's efficient, man. We got some pistol formations, all that. The Lunatic says O-line coach Joe Philbin does have some questions to answer after Steele last year. I don't know, y'all. I don't know what the coaching staff sees in Terrence Steele. I'm no NFL offensive line coach, but he was out there getting manhandled. Like I said, but he had some good plays, but when he had bad plays, they were extremely bad. So it's just I don't know what they see in this kid. Is he a backup in development? Okay, yeah, I can ride with that. But as a starting right tackle in the NFL, nah, not yet, man. I don't see it. Terrence Steele almost got someone killed last year.
He's another one of those that break glass in case of emergency.
Well, yeah, and I still might not break that glass, but I'm like, nah. Let's see. Once we see Jarwin catch those deep catches down the middle, we will jump off Schultz bandwagon. So the Lunatic, do you believe that Jarwin is more talented than Schultz? Because that's the whole debate. Who is the more talented wide receiver?
Yeah, I think Jarwin is more talented than Schultz.
Yeah.
I think speed at the tight end position is something you have to have, and Jarwin is faster than Schultz.
Yeah.
And not only that, I believe Jarwin has better hands.
Yeah, I agree that the best ability, though, when it comes to Jarwin is not staying healthy. Like, I feel like that's the biggest knock on him. But it's going to be interesting to see how things work out healthy, because even going to last year, my breakout guy, of course I was the CD train, but Jarwin was my guy. I'm like, it's Jarwin season. It's Jarwin season. Then he goes down. It's like, damn. But Schultz he stepped in that role and played well. But it's going to be, kind of interesting to see who runs with this opportunity and how does Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore utilize both these tight ends. Me, personally, I got Schultz at got Jarwin at tight end and then got Schultz at fullback. It works perfectly fine. Trust me. Trust it. What's up to my guy, Joe Rod, Cowboys blog said, "What's up, bro? I'm with you. Sewell is just getting reps at center just in case if needed." Yeah, I agree. I see
it. My girl said loving the show.
Oh, hey, appreciate you. Got to show out. Yeah, she's watching. Yeah. Let's see. What's up, boys? What's going on? Yeah, keep the questions coming. It says Jarwin is not consistent enough, though. He'll drop a few passes. Yeah, I agree. And I was calling.
Yeah, they both do, though. They both
do. I felt like Schultz kind of fits the Jason Witten type mold, but I feel like Jarwin gets a little bit extra.
He's more explosive.
Yeah, he's more explosive. And
neither of them are good blockers.
Right.
So.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we should have drafted a tight end, but they didn't want
to. That's what I'm saying. When people say, "No, we can't draft Kyle Pitts because
he can't block."
Right.
Right. He can't. Tight ends, he can't block. I'm like, well, we don't have tight ends that can block currently, so we'll be all right. So let me ask you this, bro. Getting prepared for tomorrow night from Arizona. What are some things you wanted to see the Cowboys build off of from the last game, and what are you looking for tomorrow night?
I want Michael Parsons.
It's going to be almost midnight. I think it's like a 9 p.m. game.
It's late.
Late.
I want Michael Parsons to get those snaps he was hoping for. I want to see him just continue to, build off of what he's doing. I want him to rein it in before he gets on with Tom Brady, or else Tom Brady's going to, expose him a little bit.
Right.
But in general, I feel like the offense, I need the starters out there for a series. Mm-hmm. Hopefully Dak plays. I don't think he will. Yeah, he probably won't. But the other starters, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, I want everybody out there for a series. And then the dress rehearsal will be the week after that.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I would think I want to see Micah. Now, how many reps are you wanting to see from Micah Parsons in preseason? Because should he be one of those kind of bubble wrap players where we see a little bit more? And then we can
bubble wrap him for the last 3 quarters. Let him play the first quarter.
First quarter, okay, full first quarter, bubble wrap. And then how about versus Houston? How many reps did he get then?
Half. Play the half.
Yeah, half. Yeah. Okay, I can see that. Yeah. But yeah, I'm looking to see how Micah Parsons continues to build. I'm really wanting to see the defensive line, continue, because I felt like when I saw the first, I guess not that first half teamers or whatever they were going to call them, because they wasn't the first teamers technically defensively, but some of those young guys out there, I like the way that they floated the ball. I like the way they played. They were chasing the ball. Micah Parsons out there punching towards the ball, trying to get turnovers. So I like what I saw. I just want to see them build off of that. I want to see some continuation off of that, and also I'm looking to see communication with the secondary. Right, I don't want to see, we pointing around this man, because it kind of happened in the end zone the other day, but I really want to see, is the defense continuously in sync? And then also, like I said, the young guys in the interior of Bosa. I've been calling them Bosa, but I might just call them that. That's their nickname right now. It's Bo and Osa. Bosa, man. I'm already copyright that, man. Bosa, man. But Bohanna and Osa, I really want to see if they can continue what they're doing. But also I want to see Brent Urban as well. I want to see him a little bit more. Yeah. I'm not sure. Does anybody know what's the word on Chauncey Golston? Is he still out with the hamstring? I'm not thinking he's going to get many reps. I doubt Chauncey Golston will play. I want to continue to see Jabril Cox. And offensively, it's so hard to kind of gauge it, bro, because with these quarterbacks, it's just like, hopefully we'll never see any of these quarterbacks throughout the season. But it's kind of hard to gauge the wide receiver play because when Ben DiNucci comes in, y'all, it's time to hop on Twitter, kick back, and just chill a little bit because ain't nothing happening, man. So it'll be interesting. But I just want to kind of see, the offense in sync as well. It says
it was funny to me that that Mike McCarthy was he made some good throws off his back foot.
Yeah,
like you're not supposed to be throwing off your back foot.
Like I said, it's not what you do, it's who you know, and that's the whole Ben DiNucci thing. Like him knowing Mike McCarthy's brother, man, has helped him go a long way because I don't see it. Who do you guys think Moore needs to do, or what do you guys think that Kellen Moore needs to do in the red zone to be better? So I'm going to toss that question your way. What do you think that Kellen Moore can do to improve our red zone scoring? Because I know, being efficient in the red zone has been our Achilles heel for quite some time. So what's your thoughts on that?
I think when you get down to the red zone, I would play action. Especially on the goal line. Always use play action. I remember they used to do a play a lot where they would spread everybody out wide, no running back in the backfield, and Dak would just run it in, do the QB sneak. Then I feel like just take the easy plays.
Right.
They get overcomplicated sometimes.
Yeah. I agree. I think that, I'm actually going to break down a video on that, on the red zone scoring, like where do we really struggle, but I feel like we get too cute in the red zone. It's just like, we'll be moving efficiently all the way up the field, and then we get into the red zone, and there's like, all right, let's try this double reverse sweep. Just continue to just go score. Like, you march all this far down the field, like, just go score and put in the end zone. So I think having a healthy O-line, I think having Blake Jarwin back and a Dalton Schultz now, back in the red zone, I feel like we have enough players to be capable. It's just that the play calling situation, how is it going to work out?
With the healthy offensive line, it's going to be a lot easier to just punch it in with Zeke.
Right, just give it the Zeke. Exactly. Big Game James, what's up, my guy? What's going on, bro? What's up, Mike Tag? The hype's in the building. He says, let's see here.
What's going on, guys?
I see. I actually scrolled up too high. Let me see here.
It's funny. I see a lot of my favorite Cowboys YouTubers in here. That's pretty awesome.
It's all love, man. That's what it's all about, man. Everybody coming together. He says,
I watch all y'all.
He says, Tampa fans talking noise down here. Almost time to shut them up. Exactly. Mike gets it. Mike lives in Tampa. He wants to win in Tampa. I'm coming to Tampa. Yeah, I'm coming to Tampa. I am coming to Tampa, for vacation, but I'm coming to Tampa to win first, then I'm going to go on vacation. So it's like this whole sentiment that Cowboys fans are having is like, I just want to play Tampa close. They're going to be hard to beat. I'm like, nah, like, bro, if you're scared, get out the car. Like, get out the car because we are going to Tampa to ride. And I don't want any of our players having that mentality, like, we played them really close. Nah, we're coming to beat Tampa, and that's why I'm saying I want Dak Prescott ready to go. Like, no question marks, no, can he take a hit? How's his shoulder really feel? I don't want to go into Tampa knowing that. I would rather see what Dak Prescott has in the preseason. If there is an injury kind of lingering, all right, we need to really focus on getting him healthy versus us going there first quarter, he throws a play to, Amari Cooper, and all of a sudden he's under the tent. Like, I can't deal with that. So I'd rather just know what we're going to Tampa with. But I'm going to Tampa prepared to win. I know Dylan is. I know Big Game James is. I know my guy Mike is. I know a lot of us, we're going to win. So all this just play them close? Nah.
I know my girl is.
Yeah, exactly. Benucci does have a live arm, just not NFL ready. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Like I said, no knock against the kid. He just isn't what I want there. But it's like, all right, so let's talk about it. How do you feel about the backup quarterback position? Like, do you feel like we have enough, or do we need to address it? If we need to address it, how do we address it?
Backup quarterback is always. I'm kind of like different in the sense where a lot of people are worried about it, and they want to have the best possible backup, but every year, whether it's Andy Dalton or anyone else, like, we've invested in backup quarterback before, and you bring them in, and if Dak is gone, like, the offense is shot. Like, it don't matter who's the quarterback. Like, Garrett Gilbert almost beat the Steelers when they're undefeated. I feel good enough about him, just throwing him out there.
Yeah.
But in terms of, like, going to get somebody like Nick Foles or somebody, I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling it.
It would have to be like serious injury, like I said, another 2020 like situation where they have to actually go make a move and get a guy. I feel like if it's something short term, I feel like Garrett Gilbert is enough. 1 week, 2 weeks, maybe 6, 7 Nah. We need to go, call up Phillip Rivers and
Yeah.
call up somebody to bring them back in house. But as of right
Y'all
now,
are messing up my draft position. Nah.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Well, here's the thing: if Dak goes down, man, it's Stingley time, man. So it's like, all right,
Dak goes down, we getting on the tank train.
Yeah, it's good. Hey, I messed up last year by not being on Team Tank, man. I apologize, but this year, if it happened, damn it, I'm gonna be the front runner on that damn thing, bro. I say Chase Young is a monster, man. Yeah, but we got some monsters too. If you're scared, get in my pocket. We're going to Tampa. We're going to play 4 quarters. We leaving with the W. We're gonna leave Tommy Boy going to be on the field hollering for one more down. Let's go. That's the energy I need, man. That's the energy I need. We are going to Tampa to win, y'all. Like, I don't know where a lot of these scary Cowboys fans come from. Because they were lighting me up on Twitter. They probably still tweeting me like, "Oh, I just want to have a good game."
Yeah, man. They take it one game at a time. Fans like, nah.
Well,
man.
I'm taking it one game at a time. I'm taking the very first game of the season.
We gonna whoop them this game.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But Mike McCarthy said that on Hard Knocks. Like, everything that we're doing is preparing to beat Tampa. That's what I'm preparing to do. I just don't feel like, personally, y'all, Dak Prescott not playing since last year, not playing in any meaningful reps. No game-like atmosphere, not being hit, not really getting the flow of the game, and just tossing him out there versus Tampa, that's kind of just a hoping for the best. I just want to see him, and I feel like from Dak's standpoint, he's going to want to play. Like, I feel like Dak is going to want to play this next game versus Houston. It's only going to be if someone from up top says no and shuts it down, which from my standpoint, okay, now it's really something going on. Right. Right.
But if Dak does get back on track, and everything is good to go before Tampa, I feel like we're gonna annihilate them.
Right.
I
do.
I believe in this offense.
I do. I feel like if Dak comes out and plays a solid half versus Houston, or 4 or 5 series versus Houston, gets roughed up a little bit. He might run for it in the end zone. Like, he needs to feel that. Like, if you ever play sports, coming off an injury, you just need to know, can you still do it? When I came off a bad ankle injury, I was like, bro, can I still dunk? Like, I don't know, bro. Like, until you finally go up there and you're like, okay, I'm good. But you kind of have this thing in your head, is like, because you don't want to risk getting injured again. So I feel like Dak Prescott's going to want to be out there. But like I say, if we hear anything where they're like, now he's not going to play, then I'm going to sit back and like, all right, what's really going on? Because I've been asking the question, why do people think that we can trust the Dallas Cowboys when it comes to releasing proper injury news? Like, they've never been honest with us. They're like, oh, well, the Cowboys said there's no reason to be concerned. Okay, well, you said that versus Romo. Yeah, they downplay it because they don't want y'all, the ticket holders, to be like, nah, I'm kind of nervous. Like, no, they want you to come on in. Everything's going to be great, so they're never going to get the full picture. Think about it. When Romo went down in 2016, they're like, oh, if this is a regular season, he would have played. He would have easily continued to play. Yeah, and then like 2 days later, it's like he's out damn near for the whole season. He's another back surgery. Like, so it's like, pump the brakes, all right? I just kind of want to see things. Like I said, I want to see Dak really throwing, not just kind of casually tossing into the little target thing. Like, I want to see him throwing to CeeDee Lamb, throwing downfield, moving around in practice before I really get comfortable, before I just, tucking him and tossing him out in the regular season. That's just how I feel, man.
I absolutely agree, and I hope Dak gets back on the practice next week, and it seems like he will. So yeah, I think all this will be just all for nothing.
Yeah, man, It's what I'm saying. You got to be excited thus far, as far as the Cowboys fans concerned, man. Like I said, seeing our team back healthy thus far, knock on wood, but seeing what we have defensively with a lot of these young guys, it's exciting, man. I'm really see it. The season get started. So yeah, you think Dak will get any action if any of these last preseason games? Like I said, he has to play in that game versus Houston. That's where I'm really marking it. Me personally, I would like to see him tomorrow, but that ain't happening. But it's like, I want to see him versus Houston. That's the game, because I know the Stars aren't going to play versus the Jags, and so it's like, all right. But I mean, for the most part, you want to see Dak get some rest, man. So before I let you go, my guy, what is your expectations for this season? How are you feeling, man?
I'm feeling at least 12 wins.
12, okay.
Maybe that's me getting the Kool-Aid all over my shirt, but with the healthy offense.
We always keep a Kool-Aid cup, man. You always got to keep a Cowboys Kool-Aid cup.
But with Dak back healthy, the offense, firing on all cylinders, offensive line healthy, and the defense, by law of averages, was never going to be that bad again. Right. And then you factor in the players they added and the changes to the coaching staff. As long as you're competent, the offense is going to win you a lot of games.
Right.
So I feel really good about this season. I feel really good about our personnel, and I think this is going to be a really special year in general.
Yeah, man, I'm with you, man. I'm just liking what I'm seeing. Now, let me ask you this question: Dan Quinn in the press box. Do you like him up in the press box or no?
In the preseason, yeah, but in the regular season, I want him on the field. I want him around the players, talking directly and seeing everything in front of him.
Yeah, that's how I feel, man. Because like even if you go back to the Micah Parsons clip, he literally had to call down, put Mike on the phone. Micah had to walk all the way across, pick up the phone. I'm just like, you could have just told him that when you were down on the field. Now, granted, he may have not saw what he would have saw because he wasn't up in the press box, and so it's kind of like a gift and a curse, but. I'm with you, man. I feel like with this young defensive core, a lot of these rookies out there, they're going to need Dan Quinn out there to be hands-on, especially during the motions of a game, man, because we know it's going to be a lot going on. Emotions going to be running high. They're going to be, adrenaline's going to be at 1,000. Like, they were like, a lot of people were talking about, oh, I was so nervous. Like, you were nervous for the Hall of Fame game. This is Thursday Night Football versus the defending Super Bowl champs. Like, the whole world is watching. You're going to be hella nervous, bro. So it's like, we need not Micah Parsons, but Dan Quinn just down in the field, rallying the troops, being there for a guy. You got so many former head coaches. Put those guys in the press box, but you need to be down there being hands-on with this defense. So we'll see if it changes. But I think initially he kind of spoke about that's where he's going to be throughout the season. So we'll see.
Yeah. And one of the strengths of Dan Quinn is how well he teaches his players, and to be on the field, being hands-on like that, and being in his players' ear, I feel like is a big deal.
Yeah, it is. And a lot of people said like it doesn't matter, Tuck, as long as he does all the teaching throughout the week. It does because he has a young core out there. Like if he had had a whole veteran defense who knows it, okay, cool, they got it, they got the scheme. Because you think about it, Monday practice is off, Tuesday you kind of go through what you did wrong in the game. Wednesday, you kind of have a walkthrough, and Thursday, you prepare for it. Like, it's not enough for a lot of these young players. Like, they need someone down there saying, what's going on? What are you seeing? How are you feeling? What happened on this call? Like, you need a lot of that going on. And I feel like Dan Quinn needs to do that so he can adjust during the game. Don't wait till halftime to make adjustments. Don't wait until postgame to make adjustments. Make adjustments throughout the game. So, it's going to be interesting to see how that dynamic works. Ant said, "What's the point of being in the press box? Get your ass in the field." Yeah, I think what Dan Quinn wants to see is just like from a bird's eye view of everything's going on. So it's like, all right, but maybe he trusts Edwards being down on the field, kind of being that assistant defensive coach that he can translate and do some of the teaching. So but we all know Cowboys fans. As soon as things start to unravel a little bit. They gonna pull you out that press box there down.
Yeah, so. Get your ass down there, man.
yeah. What's up, Jessica? What's going on? The thing is, he is so hands-on during practice. Plus, he gets a better look from the press box. Yeah, and that's what we have to ride with. We have to really ride and hope that Dan Quinn is going to have these players prepared going into the game. Like I said, it's going to be a lot. Like I said, I mean, I'm nervous for the damn game, and I'm not even suiting up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm already hyped. I'm nervous for Tampa, but it's like, I know they're going to be on a 10 out there. So it's going to be like, all right, can he really rally the troops from the press box? Remains to be unseen, man. But Dylan, my guy, I appreciate you for coming on, man. Before I let you go, tell everybody once again where they can find you on Twitter and also your YouTube channel.
At Dylan88Wilson on Twitter. You can go ahead and follow me on there. I'm becoming a Twitter celebrity. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And off top is my YouTube channel. You can look it up on it's the Off Top Show in the search bar. It'll pop up my videos. And I just want to say thank you to you, Tuck. I'm glad to be here. It was awesome being on here with you.
Man, anytime, bro. Anytime.
I went back and watched your early videos, like the Tuck Your Opinion videos and everything.
Man,
you got a couple pictures here and there.
Yeah.
To see where you are now, you got LED lights, you got everything going, you got players doing your intro and stuff, shouting you out. It's cool to see your journey, man.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I can't do it without everyone who supports me in this chat and people like yourself, man, who interact with me on a day-to-day basis. Like I say, man, y'all are the engine of me, man. Y'all keep me going, man. So I do it for y'all, and it's fun. A lot of people are like, damn, Tuck, I see your growth. And I got a huge announcement with the new sponsor. We're probably going to drop that tomorrow, man. So they're going to be sponsoring the CFO channel, man. So we're growing. Like I said, I can't do this without you guys, man. So, Whenever you need any help or anything from me, man, that's what all it's about, uplifting the community, us coming together, and ultimately fixing this damn team and getting this 6th ring, man. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys for tuning in. Like I said, if you're viewing me for the first time, you can find me on Twitter at jtuck151. Also, you can go to cowboysfansonly.com to get your CFO merch. We drip this CD season, man. Y'all see the Madden highlights. I'm already up on CD, man. We're already cooking, man. We're about to start cooking here a little bit more. And then also comment, like, subscribe here to the channel. I appreciate all the support. I think tomorrow night, y'all, since it's Friday, y'all ain't got no job. Y'all ain't got nothing to do. I think we're going to go live during the game. You know what I'm saying? Because I think we're going to go live. I think we're going to get a bottle of Ciroc. We're going to come on here, get live. We're going to break down this game. We're going to do some giveaways. We're going to have fun tomorrow night. Because I did a challenge. I'm not sure if you saw it, bro. It's like for the first Hall of Fame game, I told everyone to guess the first touchdown. Who's going to score the first touchdown of the season? Nobody got it because we didn't score no points. So,
right.
So we're gonna run that $50 gift card back, man, tomorrow night. So we're gonna do a live stream. So at 9 p.m. Central Time, I'm a live stream during the game. I'm not gonna show the live stream, y'all. So don't ask, Tucker, you showing the game? No, because YouTube and Facebook for damn sure they'll ban it. So no, but I'm gonna have the game up. We're all gonna watch the game as a family, and we're gonna break down what we see. And we're going to have fun tomorrow night, man. So bring your cups, bring your bottles, man. We're going to have a good time, man. So it's your boy, J Tuck. I want everyone to stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged.